Autos. Here we are, finally. Gonna put that block lift up on this Yoder. Get it all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Got these billet sick units right here. Some ball joint spacers, sway bar spacers, and diff drop. Hardware. Got a for the rear, some metal spacers, budget lift kit coming right up. First things first though, a little bit of that hen-house juicy juice. Motivation going here. Oh yeah. Cheers, boys. Sway bar link is about 90% of the way off. Obviously we got some crust. Shock is blown. I think that's factory. Pretty sure that's about the same age as the truck. Gonna have to reboot this axle. Oh yeah. I mean, the lift's gonna help that for sure. So yeah, we're just smacking bump stops and freaking blowing shocks. But it's all right, we knew this. We're gonna get her dialed. You know, the goal today is to just get this block lift on the front so we can drive it. It's the offset on those 12.5s, man, killing me. But one thing at a time. Threads aren't going to be long enough for the block to go in there, so I'm going to just smack these studs out. Maybe I'll take these washers out first, get a little more clearance, and then give them a smack. So I just screwed the nut on top. Make sure it catches a good amount of threads. Hit it with a hammer like you mean it. These bolts kind of want to bend, so the harder you hit it, the better off you are. Just make sure you're hitting the center. And that old blue point. Alright, so my truck already had the torsion bars cranked. So I went ahead and loosened the torsion bolt. This guy. 12 turns. Just enough to where the bolt doesn't come off the top, and now I'm able to kind of move this a little bit better. Before that shit was solid, so yeah, drop this down, get this block in. While we're at it, quick little sway bar delete there, bud. Get this girl flexy. All right, pop it the other side and then back to business. All right, boys, so here's the setup. Bottle jack, so we removed the sway bar. I was planning on doing that anyways, so got that out of the way. My torsion bar was fucking cranked to the moon, so good thing to do before you start this is make sure that that torsion bar adjustment, which is right there, is all the way loose. Make sure you don't go past the nut on the top. I'm sure that'd be a bitch trying to get all that back together. So you'll see the top has a nut. You'll see that this bolt on the bottom, in my case, it was already cranked up, so I loosened it. Popped the shock bolt off to give it a little more droop. You got the factory bottle jack in there. I'm just using my little punch because I don't have the rest, and I'm just tightening this up, which is giving me clearance for the block. Alright, we had to reposition the bottle jack a little bit because I couldn't quite get the block in the pocket, and the jack, it was kind of in the way. But after I moved it, which was sketchy, it's like a loaded gun, so be careful. You know, it's got some torsion on these bad girls up here, so yeah, just don't get too comfortable, you know, putting your fingers under there, because this thing literally it'll get you. I tried to fit it after that, and it's still not going in. So, you know, again, kind of a pain in the ass, but cheap. So if you don't mind putting a little bit of work in, get stuff cheap. But I think what I'm gonna do is, I considered grinding this, but I feel like I'd fuck that up. So on the interwebs, it said you can you can grind this back side off, which is kind of fucked, but we're just gonna go ahead and get to it and get this block in. We're still just grinding away over here. I need to go like an eighth inch heavier on the grind, and then this chingadera should fit in there. Fuck. So that piece goes down. I got it to get flush in there, but so you can see the holes don't line up very well. So a little bit more off the back. And then we should, holy shit. And then we should be able to get this bitch in here. Almost one side down, Jesus. All right, so that's the finished product there. Not terrible, but more than I thought I had to grind off. But now this fucker fits up in here. We got some adjustability now. So put this grill back together. Oh, we got a fucking chopper, dude. Oh, whoa. Can't forget the fresh coat of candy paint on there. New shocks, dude. Give her a couple pumps of juice. Throw your washers on, your new bolts, pop this sucker in. All right, here we go. Bolts, washers, nylock nuts in. Took a little bit of massaging, a few beers, persistence. Got it all lined up. Yeah, so we'll torque those down and put the shock back on. And wheel back on, and we're fucking mint. We'll have to assess the torsion on the torsion bars, see if we need to jack it up a little bit, but all right, rolling. Fucking man, bud. Oh yeah. And for the record, I know these tires are shot. I know that this boot needs to be replaced. I know, okay? But we're just trying to get her drivable right now. We're trying to get the lift up, tires stop rubbing. We're trying to get her smogged. Okay, we're getting there, all right? But thank you, I appreciate it. Anyways, this side's mint, dude, and I just do the same thing twice, fucking. The best part is this axle boot's probably been ripped since 2002. So, fucking Yoda, man. Just keep on going. They don't deserve to be tortured, but they sure do like it. And they sure can handle it. Up that torsion bar on this side, same thing I do on the other side, and rinse and repeat. figured probably better to have the bolts going down, so for catching fat air and I lose a bolt, it doesn't just fall out. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to have the nut on top. I don't know, but we're just gonna rock it like this, see what happens. Hey, missing a nut. Where's my nut? Where's my nut? What's the worst that could happen? Looked a little low, so I cranked the torsion bars 8 turns tight on each side, and now it's looking a lot better. So I think the trick is with the budget block lift kit in the front, you know, you're gonna have to torque the torsion bars a little bit, but she looks good. Saw, dudes. Happy Schmeester. Next morning here, get this rear lift on. Beautiful day. A little yard work. 11% on the GoPro. What the fuck we got going on here? Hey, you can't park there, sir. What the fuck's going on, brother? Looks good. Now we're on to the rear, which are these bad mammer jammers. Big meat Larry Hoovers. So we're just gonna... Alright, GoPro died, but popped off these sway bar link nuts. Wheels off, obviously, jacked up jacks. I popped off the panhard bar and bottom shock bolt, and I got this axle all flexed out, but we're trying to stuff those spaces in here. I already tried to kind of just force it, but you know, she thick, boy. So I went ahead and went down to O'Reilly's, copped on trusty dusty spring compressor. I've told myself I was going to buy one of these off Amazon like 20 times in the last 6 years, but a little rental, get the money back, do it again next time. But I'm basically going to rig this up to the shocks, or sorry, springs, and compress those yitches, and then stuff them in. And then we finally got our budget sub $200 lift kit installed on the old Turd right here. So yeah, go ahead and get that rigged up and slap it in, boys. Oh yeah, all right, something like that. See, now we got a bomb here. Sketch. They got these little pins, but they don't really do shit, do they? Murked a freaking sandwich. Didn't eat shit all day. How's that look? Yeah, dog. Alright, I'm gonna try to do something like this. Just stack it on top, spring in the bottom, stuff it in there. Bomb ready to go off. Again, way easier when you got help. But I'm just gonna fucking struggle bus it. Oh, it's so close. Worst case, I can crank these spring compressors a little bit more, but kind of trying to get there. Oh, yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Damn near fucking punched myself in the face, but think we're almost there, boys. We got our little rubber spacer in there. We got our fucking chunky Mountain Dew special for spacer dealio in there. We're gonna be fucking mint, boys. This brake line, thank God I saw it. I mean, this thing's already crusty enough, but I'm not even anywhere close where I need for the spring. I'm gonna pop that off just to give me a little bit more flex so I can drop this side down and excuse me, get this other side in. So we pop those little bolts out. Should give the brake lines a little bit more flex. Check this out though, guys. It's like a wasp nest. All right, boys, same thing on the other side. Get your little jack-in-the-box bomb going on here. Don't forget your spacer at the top. All right, see if we can fucking manhandle this bitch in here. Oh yeah, it's all about the pry bar. Little leverage. See, once you get it close, you know, just fucking give her some kicks, bud. Don't worry about nothing. All right, get her done. We gotta go. This side, I had the spring compressors perfectly placed in between these little voids, so I was able to give her the old brake line bolts back in, wrestle this pan hard bar, sway bar, shock bolts, and then we're gonna have to jack it up again, put the wheels back on, and then we should be in business. Yeah, Doug. I know I need longer shocks. I know it's a spacer lift. Oh my god. You know, I know these tires are shot on the fucking 33s. 180 bucks, dude, for the set. I don't care. Compared to what was on it, mint. So we'll get different tires, possibly wheels. You know, we're gonna get slightly longer shocks for the front and the rear. We're gonna dial her in, all right? But just know, I know, all right? This is supposed to be budget. $50 rear spacers, $80 front lift, dude. I mean, you can't beat that. So yeah, just for the record, you know, I hear you. The budgetness. Sometimes the budgetness is the way. Doesn't have to be fucking perfect, but it's just making improvements, man. Polishing the turds, baby. That's all we're doing. Diamond in the rough, boys. All right, so we got that side on, and put the other shock on, and then we'll mock up this pan hard bar. We'll torque everything down. Be mint, boys. All right, so simple solution for the pan hard bar. I was having trouble getting this lined up, and after using my brain, I was trying to jack up this side, but I went to the opposite side and started jacking up this. And as you can see, it centers right out. A little bit more for effect. Right there. And then now you can slip it on, no problem. All right, boys. Under $200 lift kit installed. She's jacked up on Dew. Need to get a little Mountain Dew sticker for the back now. Ooh. Thick ass boy. Brandon's got the welder at his house, but I think I might just chop this right here, you know. No one needs a little dingleberry sticking out, so chop that off. Fucking send her, boys.